What's up, Guardians? Welcome back to another episode of the Crucible Playbook. Today I'm going to be talking about the Titan. This is my second Titan. I don't have all of the gear transferred over onto this character yet because I'm still getting it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is the chest piece, the Armamentarium. Super good, carrying additional grenades. I have 2 grenades, more heavy and special weapon ammo. That's always good, especially in trials. I have a random assortment of chest plates, but my next favorite one would be the Crest of Alpha Lupi. It's super good, it's intellect, and you can just revive teammates like non-stop. You don't want to use the Helmet State 14, mainly because that's a defender, not really like defender, especially in PvP. You also want armor that focuses on intellect and discipline, especially for this class. Also, the Helm of Exile is really good because it's discipline and has Ashes to Asset, which is super good. On this class, I like to use the shotgun and a pulse rifle, particularly either the Messenger or the Red Death. And on to the perks. Of course, you're going to be using the Lightning Grenade simply because it's the most overpowered freaking grenade ever. Like, I can't straighten this enough, guys. It's super good. I recommend it. Like, 15 out of 10 would bang again. Like, all day. Now, for the jump abilities, I would recommend increased control, so you can double tap that and you can, like, literally just fly across the map when sprinting. Also, use Shockwave, so you can send a freaking horrible wave next to your enemy. Amplify, because every kill with your fist will get you more super energy. Also, the third perk on the speed, so you can focus on agility and recovery. I also have Headstrong. You can also use Aftershocks, but I prefer Headstrong because it adds more agility to your character. And on this one you want focused speed and shoulder charge. Shoulder charge, it's pretty obvious. If you turn in a corner and you're already sprinting, you're just gonna need whatever freaking guy is around the corner with a shotgun before he even has a chance to tell what the fuck just happened. Alright. Now, why should you pick the Titan? The Titan is probably one of the funnest classes you could use, as well as being one of the most overpowered if you know how to play it right. I personally am not 100% expert at the Titan, I just know that I like it. Alright, now on to actually class information about the Titan. I personally prefer the Titan simply because it was my first choice and I really grew on it. I just like the fact that it's just almost like a tank, but it's a tank that can move really quickly if you decide to run that kind of class. Anyways, what you're watching now is just some gameplay that I recorded. The quality is probably not going to be good because I'm stuck with using upload because I don't have a capture card that works. But anyways, so the most important thing about picking the Titan is determining what kind of playstyle you want. Like, if you want to be defensive, max out your armor. If you want to rush, max out your speed. And Titan, it's a misconception to think that Titans are just armor or tanks, simply because they can be used for so much more. You can rush, you can be defensive, you can be a team player overall. You can freaking outrun a hunter if you wanted to, if you have the right setup and you're used to playing it. But the most important thing of getting good with a Titan is playing it non-stop. That's why I have 3 Titans. I have 3 Titans, just I don't really have a good reason why I have 3 Titans. I just have 3 Titans. I just like them. I like the way that they work. I like the way that they function. All of that. It's just something that I really like. So I already went over the perks, but those are just my suggestions. You can use your own. You can also play as Defender if you want. I really don't know why you would, because the Fist of Havoc is the best super, I feel, because it negates other supers. You have a guy at Self-Res, Fist of Havoc, or Fist of Panic if some would call it. Blade Dance rushing you, Fist of Panic. Right there, I almost got you guys. You really need to be careful with that because aiming it's a little bit difficult with Shockwave, but you get used to it. Now, weapons that you just want to be suited to your playstyle. If you rush, you want to use the Last Word or just a high fire primary. Not an auto rifle because they're not good, and hopefully they'll be patched. Bungie. Sorry, I had a little something in my throat. Anyways, now when and when not to use your super. This would be kind of hypocritical of me to say this because you just watch me use it on one guy, but I was aiming for 2 guys. You never want to use your super on one guy if and only if you're playing like a big game like Control or something like that, because you're wasting it. You want to use the maximum amount of damage you can, so don't waste it on one guy. Always go for 2 or more people. However, if you're playing Skirmish or Trials, you want to use it defensively if you need to use it. This actually goes the same, but anyways, back to the when you use it for Trials. If you're using it for Trials, you can use it for one guy if you feel you need to. Now, you can use it as a panic, obviously, hence the term Tenfous panic if you're panicking, but in Trials you want to aim 2, maybe for just one person, because it's a 3v3, so if you take one guy down, they're at a significant disadvantage. You just crush their numbers by 33.3%, so probability is going to be in your favor if your team is good. Alright, now I already talked about negating supers, but what else you can do with the Fist of Havoc is buy time. Let's say it's heavy round 3. You have your super up, your 2 other teammates don't have theirs yet. You can camp your heavy, or you can have one of your teammates stay at your heavy and the other 2 go to their heavy. Now, a good strategy that my team usually utilizes is, with me, since I have Shockwave, I'll go with Tenfous, usually, because he likes to rush, and we'll have our 3rd, which is yet to be announced, because we've been currently looking for a new 3rd to make up the 3 Hispaniards, but the 2 of us will rush their heavy. Tenfous usually goes into Blade Dance, and if he's ever injured, I'll push up with him, and I'll just use my super to take out whatever is left. They call me the janitor, because I usually always clean up after him. Nah, I'm just kidding, that's just a joke. But, yeah. So, the Titan, I would highly suggest. Now, this is going to be episode 2 of the Crucible Playbook. There's going to be much more content coming out. I'm sorry we haven't uploaded that much, but there'll be more soon.